Come on in, everybody. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. We are going to get started. I want you guys to thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up the video. Get your libation. Um, that means get snack, wine, drinks, whatever you are at right now. Get your libation because we have a lot to get through the New Year's Eve event, child, because New Year's is tomorrow. I will be back in just a moment and we will then get started. I'm going to give everybody time to get in so that way y'all can uh, get in, say what y'all need to say, and get the fuck out. All right, honey child. All right, you guys. Okay, so we are going to do things a little bit different here. We are going to if you all can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. If you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. If you cannot hear me, put a 2. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay. We have a lot to get to. I know you guys have family members. It's the New Year's Eve, and you guys probably are gonna get drunk or go to the club or whatever the hell it is that you're going. Not that there's nothing wrong with that, mind you. Just be safe, be on the safe side of things, and let's go. Okay. So, as you can tell by the video, we are going to be getting into some interesting topic tonight, and I won't keep you long. This is not going to be a very long 2-hour video. There is a limit on this stream on the back end. So I will not be able to keep you long, and I'm actually going to keep this very, very brief. Okay. And while we are at it, um, I would like it if you guys could check out what it is otherwise known as the Morris Youth Foundation. Okay. Now I am going to scroll down, and you can tell that these are the three leaders in the organization. This is the Morris Youth Foundation. Right now, we are not yet a 501c3 operating organization. We have to have funds for that. And right now, we are not quite there yet, but I wanted to go ahead and let you guys see this because this is our goal for the new year. Now, there is a way you can donate. Let me go ahead and share that with you all. Just one moment. Okay. So, as you guys are well aware, this is a commentary based channel. So everything that we do here is through those commentary lens. Now, let's see if I can get rid. Here we go. Okay, there we go. This is what we're aiming for the new year with your generous donation. We are trying to start what is now known as the Marticis campaign, which is a camp that was launched by my team and I last year. And because we have no money to really get this camp up off the ground, we are not quite capable of doing much with the camp or with the organization. Any money that you give to the camp will go directly into the foundation and what it is that we are searching, what it is that we are wanting to do with this call. Now, these are the details. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe I need to go ahead and zoom in so you guys can see that. Okay, here we go. Mm-hmm. So, how did we get here? It says here the Morris Youth Foundation has several programs it wants to roll out in the coming year and onward, but without funding, our programs cannot be successful. Under the watchful eye of our leader and founder, President Morris, that would be me, we are not waiting around for things to happen. We are taking center stage and showing others how we do it here. Founder William Morris has for quite some time wanted to start up his own residential overnight summer camp program, but did not have the team he needed behind him. Now that he has the team, he can now put in place his dream camp. We are not asking for millions right out the gate. We know that these are trying times economically. So whatever you can give, we are blessed to have. And then it goes into what is the Marxist campaign? The Marxist campaign is an ambitious project launched by President William Morris and his team. Mr. Morris is the leader of both MYF, and that stands for the Morris Youth Foundation, and Camp Marxist. And by the way, that name is actually Latin for my last name. The ambitious project seeks to remove barriers and to create unique programs for minority communities in the state of Arkansas. The summer camp is the first ambitious program that we're pushing for. The Marxist campaign seeks to build a multi-million-dollar summer camp that is year-round and fully staffed by caring people who want to make a difference in the lives of our young people. Okay. All right. Earlier this year, this is talking about 2021. So this was last year when we launched this campaign. Um, Real quick before I continue on, this is the goal that we're trying to reach. The team behind the foundation includes myself, my leadership team, and others that are working behind the scenes to make sure that we have a functioning program for those that we want to serve in the coming year and onward. So the purpose of the Morris Youth Foundation and the purpose of this camp under the umbrella of this organization, of my organization, we are not here to dictate or to tell you what you need to do and how you need to do it and da 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 da. Whatever you give will go toward the program that we're trying to seek. I know this is a very ambitious goal of $300,000, but this is what it's going to take for us to really get this thing off the ground and running. Okay. Now, I want to take you to my website. Like I said, this is our website. Um, Give it just a second. I'm going to share my screen here. It's a little slow. I apologize, but we're trying to get things up and running. So give it some time. There we go. These are the services that we want to provide. It doesn't have any of the details yet, but that's because we are not quite there with all of the services. It just has the name, the description. It says program coming soon, and you can click more about the program. Now I'm going to go through each one and give you the and give you what it is that we're trying to do with this particular program, okay? And again, you can go to the link and check all this out yourself. And you can also go and donate. So let me go through each one because I think that that is important. Okay. So the community services program, that program is going to be able to help, um, is what we're hoping with the community services program is to be able to help clients be a little bit more proficient and be on their own and have life skills and are able to live a fully productive life in the community. The camp, that's the camp that I just showed you. I actually need to show you the website so you guys can go to that as well. So we're going to do that. Let me put this over here. Okay. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. This is the camp website. I'm also going to give you the link to that one. So give me just a second. Okay. So that is the link to our camp website. In fact, let me see. Y'all, I'm sorry if I'm smacking. I literally am eating some M&Ms. I'm gonna try to keep it as quiet as I can because I know that can be disturbing. Okay, so we're going back to the services on the Morris Youth Foundation's website. And we have Youth Corp. Now, that particular program is going to be able to help preteens and teens with a certain amount of volunteer hours for and helping them to get acquainted with individuals with disabilities and know what it is that they're and be able to um, volunteer and assist and all that good stuff. I learned a little bit more about the community and what they can do as they progress through this particular program. I'm gonna have more details on that um, in the next few months. Employment training. This is going to come into place when we have enough money to really get the organization going And what employment training really is all about is teaching our clients how to do resume, cover letters, and interviews, and what to say and what not to say while they are doing their interview, and also how to get a job and ways you can get a job. And this program will also focus on um, individual skill set. So yeah, community living, that is our housing program. We are not yet. We're going to actually leave this one alone for now because this particular program is going to come much later once we get the donation that it is that we need in order to secure. But basically, that the housing program is going to assist our clients into giving, into putting them in houses and in apartments where they can live on their own and be receptive to the community that's around them and have access to grocery stores, gas stations, and all that good stuff, and be able to really make it in the world. Okay. And the consumer directed service. If you guys are not aware, in the state of Arkansas, we have a consumer directed service, but it's not called that. It's under a different name. Uh, it's ran by it's ran by our DHS. But this particular program is going to allow for clients to be able to make fully informed decisions about who they want in their homes as far as caregivers and aides go. This program is going to give them a bit more control over the scheduling, over who they want and who they're hiring and all that good stuff. So it allows them to be a little bit more flexible while they are in their home. Um, so this is what we're wanting to do. We're wanting to build a diverse group of programs for people with disabilities because for far too long we have not been at the table. Yeah, sure, we have been at the table. Um, we have been protesting in terms of getting Congress to do the right thing. But as somebody have recently told me, it starts at the local level. So we're going to go ahead and get through to this year. And also, let me give you guys my Cash App as well as my email so you can get that Cash App information on there. So let me go ahead and do that right now. Give me just a second. Okay, that's my Cash App information. So you can use that to donate on that. What I'm gonna be doing in the new year is um I'm going to be upgrading my equipment, getting a new desk and all that good stuff. And I'll send you guys a wish list on my community tab. I just want you guys to be aware of of what it is that we're doing with of what it is that the channel is going to do with your hard-earned money. We are not going to take advantage of that. We are very grateful for what you can give us, and we're going to keep you apprised of all of the purchases that we made, because this is of a business type of nature, and we don't want to abuse or use your money for any other thing outside of what was stated that it was going to be used for. So it is not going towards me personally, it is going towards the channel. Okay? So let's move on from that. Okay? Now, we need to talk about a little bit about the Black community and why it's important that we center what we're wanting to do around policy, because the government, and just strictly in terms of the community unwillingness to um, participate in the change that is necessary in order to bring about real capital and real change for Black Americans in this country. And I'm specifically talking about American descendant of slaves. I'm not talking about other people coming into the country, other people of color coming into the country and reaping the benefits of what it is that we, as American descendant of slaves, have built off of. I believe that we need to stop fighting each other, protect our own, and do more for each other, so that way we can be successful among each other. But we're never going to get there if we continue to consistently gun each other down and kill each other and all of this. And I recently had a discussion with um a white my white family, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say this. My white family is a very generous people. There is not a racist bone in their body. And if you're only listening to what you perceive to be racist, you're not going to get the full context of what it is that of what it is that they are, of what it is that the discussion was about. So if we just take the racist component out of the conversation and really strictly listen to what it is that they're saying, they are white and I am their son in so many words. But the conversation that we were having had a lot to do with the fact that Black people as a whole, we can't keep saying that the white man this, the white man that, the white colonizer this, the white colonizer that. At some point, we need to accept some form of responsibility for how we got to where we are. Yes, the white man did some terrible things to our people. Yes, they created a system for which only they have benefited from. And they have made millions and billions of dollars based on our off of our back. Okay? So I am not interested in the conversation around, well, the white man, they didn't do this and they didn't do that, and you need to put them in check and this and that and the third and that. If everything that you're perceiving to be as such, and so what my family said was this: there are certain segments of the black community that, how can I put this, that are killing each other. And I also want to be clear, the people that are mentioning this are my parents. Okay, my parents. Okay, so we so what my parents were saying was more along the lines of black. There are certain segment of the black community that is killing each other. Um, that have no um real economic opportunity under the Democrat and all of that good stuff. And I won't get into the politics of that because that in and of itself is very it's a bit more complicated than that. Um and that, while we're not going to um the community itself is very, 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 very much a part of the problem that has created the issue that they are in. And while, yes, like I said, the white man really did do the thing that they did, we cannot stay stuck in that. We cannot allow ourselves to always keep blaming the people that put us in this situation, when if we really wanted it to, we could make a whole lot of noise and garner so much attention to the point to where we're gonna have these particular discussions. And we can't have those discussions with everybody blowing up and talking about them. Well, your white family, well, white folks this and white folks that, and not dot. This is my question. How long are black people gonna stay in bondage before we realize that we are our own worst enemy? And let me keep in mind, I am not anti-black in the slightest. Don't put that label on me because I'm really, really not. It's unfortunate that we see a lot of black people pointing out racism in other communities towards us. But when it comes to our own, we can't seem to protect our own black women. We can't seem to be, we can't seem to afford any um, semblance of peace and change to our community, because we're so busy pointing a finger at each other and at other people. Now, what my white family was pretty much making was an observation. Okay, if you're gonna perceive that as racism, that is your prerogative. But that observation did have a semblance of truth to it. Not everything the white man does is always the white man's fault. Okay? So we need to come up out of this idea that everything that we have ever been through, yes, is it largely was the white man that got us here. But as a community, how can we say that when at every opportunity we have downed each other out. So we have been our own worst enemy. And we need to stop with that mentality. If you don't want people talking about our community in the way that they're talking about our community, then you and I need to be able to change that. Let me give you guys a bit of my background and a bit of where I come from, so you can understand why my perspective is so different from most Black lived experience. Now, touch, I still hear racism, and I still feel it. Okay, so let's literally not do that. Okay, but I am very my socioeconomic background is very different from most Black lived people. Okay, so let me take a moment to really kind of explain to you why I'm saying what I'm saying. Starting with my socioeconomic background, okay? I was raised in an organization, in a facility that's ran by an organization, and this is primarily ran by white people. There were other kids that were beside me that lived in this facility also. Okay? And this organization is, like I said, is primarily ran by white people. So I have, so that also means opportunity. I was able to go to events. I was able to be put in position of power, of influence, and be able to help bring awareness of what this organization has been doing in terms of the services that they have provided to individuals with disabilities for us for so long. You know, and I was in that role from the age 9 all the way up till I was like 19 or 20 or something like that. So I spent a good majority of my life in this field. So I know what I'm talking about when I tell you that I've been to the board meetings, I've been to the big the big rich white people event and all of that. And I've been to the CEOs and the big multinational corporation here in my home state of Arkansas. I'm telling you, money talks talk a lot faster than any governmental policy changes. And the reason why you don't hear from regular people among your state representative, and even in the federal, even in on the federal side of things, you don't hear um, policy papers written up for the betterment of the citizens of the state or for the citizens of the United States of America. Why? Because a lot of these constituency and a lot of what our state representative and our federal representative are all about is serving rich people. And a lot of them come from those circles. So if you want to be in those circles and actually make changes to those circles, you cannot go in there guns blazing. And there is a YouTuber and I'm sorry that I'm doing this, but I have to put this out there because I want y'all to be aware of this. I was on Conscious TV. I'm giving a huge shout out to Conscious TV panel last night and earlier this morning. And the conversation went from talking about Megan Thee Stallion and her best friend to talking about this. And I had mentioned this particular thing, the very same situation, to a panel of black people. Okay. And this is what I've observed. On the one hand, you have some really smart people that want to make policy changes, that want to be able to use the to use what they've learned in the game of politics. See, politics is not about the horse race aspect. It's always about the policy. And you have to be careful with certain languages and with how they move, and you have to watch all of that. So it is important for an organization like mine to be on the front line and trying to really bring about the changes that we want our government to reflect on us. So my organization is not just strictly for people with disabilities. It is for minority communities like the black community, like the Asian American community, like the Native American communities, like the Latino communities, you know? This is really a big melting pot of every community in one organization. But black people, we have to do better. We have to. We have to. Give me a second, y'all. And you have one group of people saying, one group of black people saying the media, the media, the media, the media. You have another group of black people that are saying, no, the media is not the problem. We're feeding into the media. And the more we give the media attention to this, we become desensitized to it. And I'm on that particular spectrum. It is not enough to always blame outside external forces for our problems and for how we produce those problems. Yes, the 1994-95, let me look at the crime bill that Biden has sponsored. Give me just a second. Hold on. Okay, so it's 1994. Let me put that up on screen for y'all so y'all can see this. Whoops. Let me share my screen with you all. Okay. The man that is in the White House today created this crime bill, or he helped co-author it and voted for it. Okay? Now, I'm not going to go through the entire article, but I wanted you to know that this is that the man that you see in the White House that black people voted for in the 2020 election, this is the same man that got a lot of our people locked up and exploded the prison population, and now we have private prison as well. So everything has context. Everything has context. Okay? Everything. I know this is not a sexy conversation. This is not a conversation where we can gossip and talk shit about other people. But at the end of the day, my channel is not a gossip channel. It is literally taking hard conversation and bringing them in. It is taking kitchen table talk from our homes and bringing them online so that other people can be aware of what's happening. Now, I voted for Biden because I did not like Trump. I didn't vote for Biden because of his policy. Okay, I didn't care for Biden's policy, especially because I know that this particular policy, the 1994 crime bill, and he was also responsible for other bills that have also contributed um, to the downfall of the black community. Okay, so I am not a Trump fan. I am not a Republican fan. I am not a Democratic fan. You know, I'm not loyal to none of these people. I don't have a loyalty to none of these people. Okay? And black people, we must be an independent thinker. You know, we cannot allow ourselves to be played by these politicians. Because these politicians are the exact same politicians that are going to utilize our vote. And it also goes toward the black politicians as well. The Congressional Black Caucus, what have they done for us? What policies have they pushed that have made a very significant uh, example in our lives, and yet we keep putting these people in power? And they are our skin color. What have they done for us? Mm-hmm. See, we don't think about questions like that. We're too busy fighting each other over Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. We're too busy talking about what we believe might have happened with the fight. But meanwhile, you have black um politicians serving the interests of their donors, not white, not black people, not the people that voted for them, the white donors. Okay? They are just as much as part of the system as white people are part of the system. And so when my white family, going back to what I initially said at the beginning of this live with my white family, they were making an observation that just happened to be true that I think black people do not like to hear. That observation is true. We do kill each other. We do not protect each other. We're not equipped to really go out there and make a difference in the lives of those around us. We don't know how to network with our own. We don't know how to take conversation and really make it something that is very productive for our community. Change does not happen because you see somebody in power. They might have other agendas. We as a community have to be a little bit more willing to not accept bullshit. We got real problems out here, real struggles out here, real people having real problems, and we're literally out here talking about what the white man ain't doing and how the white man ain't doing this and how the white colonizer ain't this and how the white colonizer ain't that. But meanwhile, y'all ain't doing no kind of change. Y'all are not focused on any kind of nonprofit. Y'all are not trying to do nothing except run your mouth. Meanwhile, you got a a gay man that's disabled, that's black, that's trying to create change. Let me show y'all something else. This is what I've been working on for the last year or two. This policy paper is what I have been addressing. Okay. I have done a whole lot of research on this particular policy issue. And the specific issue that I take is listed in this policy paper, this blog. If you are not well equipped to educate yourself enough on the issue to know what it is, so that you to know how you can be of a good change for your own community, this policy paper is there to address some of the issues that I've seen. Okay, I'm not going to get into the full article, but I just wanted you to see that as much as y'all like to complain about the white man, y'all are not doing nothing but running your mouth. There are certain people like myself who want to see real change happen. And you can't see real change happen in the way that I can see real change happen. Okay? It starts with investment in the education of our people. It starts with the know-how, the knowledge to really bring about the certain change that we need to bring about. That's where it starts with. Now, come on, family. Y'all know better than this. I will link the article here. Okay. So what y'all will not do is complain, but y'all are not having no kind of effect on the black community as a whole. Y'all are not publishing policy papers. Y'all are not actively creating real systemic changes to the system. But meanwhile, you got a black gay man that's disabled like myself out here creating policy papers, having organization, and really association with the kind of people that he's been with. Is that fair to me? Change does not happen when a whole community gets together and start complaining. Change happen by doing exactly what I'm doing. Change happen by being an effective leader and not trying to complain and say, "Oh, you need to do this and you need to understand this and that and the third." Change is subtle. It's a gradual thing. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. And I feel, in my personal opinion, that black people are not quite capable of handling that kind of change. They're still stuck back in the white man did this, the white man did that, and this and that and the other. But baby, I'm not the white man, and I have access to this type of stuff. I'm not the white man, and I can clearly write policy papers based around a specific issue that I've had with a specific governmental agency. I'm not the white man, but I'm quite capable of looking up um, Medicaid laws and Medicaid rules and regulations and are able to quite clearly lay out my case for a change in the system. And that's what a lot of y'all don't seem to understand. If y'all want change, y'all will fight it hard enough to get it. Having kitchen talk conversation is not enough. You actually have to be about the change as well. Now, I'm not lying. I'm not lying about this. If there's one thing that I do know is how to keep my skit on lock. That's where you see somebody like me come into play. Because I am not just an advocate for my people, I'm an advocate for a whole community of people with disability. They're my people. I'm black, but I'm not just advocating for black people. I'm also advocating for the LGBT community because I'm a part of that, and I'm also advocating for people with disabilities. That's my main home turf, is people with disabilities. Okay? And you can take that how you want to. I really don't give a damn. All right, y'all. I said I wasn't gonna keep y'all here for very long. It's been an hour. It's been over an hour and 6 seconds, and well, 7 seconds now. So I'm gonna go ahead on and let y'all go. Y'all just have a happy, happy, happy New Year, and I will see y'all on the next one. Bye bye. Have a happy, 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 happy uh, New Year. I love you guys. Bye bye.